this, you're walking through life, carrying the weight of thousands of worries. And then, a single moment, a word, a gesture, can be the lifeline that you never expected. Tonight, I want to share a story with you about such a moment and the incredible power it holds to transform not just a single day, but an entire perspective on life. I want to take you back to a moment in my life that taught me one of the most profound lessons in life. A lesson about the strength and reverberation of kindness. I remember a time when I was in Canada. I was in university. It started out just like any other day. And then I received that dreadful phone call. The phone rang, and on the other end was my mom. Her voice trembled as she delivered the news that my father's cancer was back. Needless to say that I was devastated. After the call, I felt that my world was collapsing. It was crumbling down. Yet, I still found the courage to go to my classes despite everything. Everything on that day was like a blur, and to this day, I don't even remember how I got from my apartment to the subway station. I was completely lost in thoughts until I was suddenly brought back to reality by the sound of the subway doors opening. I stumbled onto the train, sat down, and then slipped into another haze. My mind was consumed with worry. I was worried about my dad, my mom, my whole family, our unknown future. And then, at the next stop, I was brought back to reality. I was jolted awake by the sound. I was jolted awake not by a sound or an announcement, but by something dropping into my lap. I looked down and found a small note. Turning around to see who might have dropped it, I caught a glimpse of a young lady as she disappeared into the crowd. The note was a cartoonish drawing of me with intricate details. My ponytails tilted to the side, my sunglasses, my coffee cup, all captured perfectly. And next to it were the words, "Smile, you're beautiful, have a great day." Wow. It was such a small gesture, but in that moment when my world was crumbling down, it was everything I needed. That young woman did not wait for me to thank her or to give her anything in return. She didn't know my story, and I didn't know hers. But her small gesture of kindness reminded me that even in the darkest moments, a light can still shine through the smallest cracks. That moment was over 10 years ago, and I still carry that note with me in my wallet until today. Ever since that day, I have been sharing this story over and over again, every single year, with my students. I challenge them to write small notes of kindness, small words of encouragement, and leave them in unexpected random places for others to find. It can be a bench in the playground, a book in the library, a desk in a classroom, a teacher's desk or teacher's inbox. And let me tell you, these notes have a ripple effect, a reverberation. Somebody can stumble across it, find a note in a forgotten book at the library, and find a word on one of the worst days of his life, urging him to keep going, or to smile today. Kindness does not cost anything. Not a dime. It could be a smile. It could be holding the door open for someone. Or it could be helping someone with their groceries. Because you never know who you walk across in this life. You could sit on a bus next to an old woman who was just kicked out of her home by her ungrateful children. Or the man you pass by at the grocery store. He could be somebody who had just lost someone he loves and is mourning that loss. Or it could be someone struggling with invisible pain, emotional or physical, such as Alzheimer's or cancer. Kindness is not a one-time act. It's a ripple, and it's up to us to keep it going. So don't let it stop with you. Keep paying it forward. There's incredible strength in kindness, strength in knowing that we as human beings have the power to uplift one another. Just by the simplest, smallest acts. So, my fellow Toastmasters, I challenge you today to pay attention to your surrounding. I challenge you to take care when you are looking around, and if you see somebody who might be lost in thought, someone who might be struggling with something, let them know they're not alone. Because you have the power to be someone else's light. Thank you.